Hi everyone of the world. My name is Erin Elizabeth Warenberg. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today I'm going to be talking about my #1 tip and advice for anyone who's trying to move through any sort of navigating your emotions in any way. So a lot of people know I like to talk about how we're feeling, why we're feeling this, a lot. And when I do this, a lot of things come up. And the #1 thing that comes up that really traps people and makes them feel like you are doing a bad job or there's a fault is when we attach guilt or shame to how we're feeling. And this is the #1 thing. If I could tell the world anything about healing, it would be, or about navigating your emotions, anything like this, it would be to do your best to not attach guilt or shame to what you're feeling. Just let it come up and let it be what it is and then move through it. So this is so important because the only way that we can move through what we're feeling is to actually feel it. And like I've talked about in some of my other videos, if we are vibrating at guilt and shame, those are the lowest 2 vibrating emotions we feel. And when we feel them, we shut down and we get small, and you feel like when you feel guilty or shameful about something, like you feel stuck, you feel like, oh my God. But when you feel happy or sad or angry, like you feel like you want to do something even though it's a negative emotion, right? But guilt and shame like literally make us stop moving. And so when you have guilt and shame attached to what you're feeling, you cannot feel what you feel all the way. And anyone who knows me knows that I believe the only way to heal your feelings is to feel them all the way. And so if you aren't letting yourself feel them all the way, then there's no way that you can process it and feel what it is and then move on to the next thing. A lot of times people feel guilt and shame about their emotions too, when it's an emotion that they should be over or an emotion that they've already felt or has already been in their process. And this is again a lie that healing is a linear line and working through your emotions is a linear line, and that's not true. Everything's cyclical. Everything will come up again and again. Things from years ago can come up. Things from yesterday can come up again. We are very dynamic beings as humans, and so we move through a lot of our feelings multiple times, and so it makes sense that things would come up again. And so again, there's nothing wrong with you if you're feeling a feeling that you feel like, you've already healed or gone through, or like, why is this still here? Okay, it's still here because you aren't giving yourself permission to feel it all the way and then move through that. And so when we give ourselves permission to feel it and just accept it for what it is, there's less pressure on ourselves, there's less shame, and again, when we're closed down and we don't feel like we're healing, like nothing can get better. And so my #1 tip for navigating your emotional process, whatever that is for you, wherever you're at, is to just let yourself feel what you feel and just let it be how it is. Because our brains are so smart. They're so smart. And they just respond to programming and things that have happened to us. So once you realize, okay, I'm feeling angry at this situation today. Okay, should I feel guilty? I feel angry? No, I feel angry because of this event that happened when I was 5 that's being re-triggered by this, right? So our brains always respond based on past programming or past events that happened to us. And again, when we're busy feeling guilty or shameful for how we're feeling in the present moment, we can't actually be there to let that feeling feel all the way, and then we can't step back and observe and think about why we're feeling that. So our brains, if you just don't let yourself attach guilt or shame, then you can logically work your way through every time, and then that doesn't take away, you can't logic your way out of any emotion, but it definitely helps with figuring out what's happening. So if this resonated with any of you today, I would love to hear how in the comments below, and if not, then I will see you all next week. And of course, you can always go to www.erin-elizabeth.com for more information about me, and thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.